You've probably got a bottle of water within arm's reach right now. It feels clean, safe, and responsible, maybe even healthy. After all, the label says pure, spring, or natural, and those words carry a powerful psychological effect. They suggest untouched mountains, hidden underground aquifers, and pristine wilderness far away from city infrastructure. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Bottled water in Canada is one of the most misunderstood and misleading products on grocery store shelves. What appears to be a harmless, everyday purchase is actually part of a multi-billion-dollar industry built on marketing psychology, branding strategies, and consumer habits that most people never question. Bottled water companies don't just sell hydration. They sell the idea that what comes from a bottle is somehow better than what comes from a tap. And once you understand how the system really works, how the water is sourced, how it's packaged, who controls it, and what Canadians are actually paying for, you may start looking at that simple plastic bottle very differently. Today, we're taking a closer look at how bottled water operates in Canada, why the industry continues to grow despite high-quality municipal water systems, and what consumers rarely hear when they're standing in the beverage aisle. One of the most deeply rooted beliefs among consumers is that bottled water is cleaner or safer than tap water. This perception didn't appear naturally. It was carefully shaped over decades through advertising campaigns that subtly encouraged distrust of municipal systems while promoting bottled products as premium alternatives. Images of mountains, glaciers, and natural springs were used to create a sense of purity, even when the actual source of the water was far less dramatic. In reality, Canada operates some of the most highly regulated municipal drinking water systems in the world. Public water systems are monitored continuously, often tested daily or even hourly, and must comply with strict federal and provincial safety standards. Bottled water, on the other hand, is regulated primarily as a packaged food product. While still subject to safety requirements, the testing frequency and reporting transparency can differ significantly from municipal systems. Many consumers assume bottled water undergoes stricter testing, but the opposite can often be true. Take a moment to look closely at the words printed on a typical water bottle: spring water, mountain water, glacial, natural, or artesian. These labels create powerful visual associations, but their practical meaning is often less clear than consumers expect. Regulations allow a wide range of interpretations for these terms, and many people never read the fine print that explains the exact source location or treatment process. When people think about bottled water, they focus on the water itself. Yet one of the most significant aspects of bottled water is not the liquid, it's the container. Plastic bottles are manufactured using petroleum-based materials, shaped through industrial processes, and transported across long distances before ever reaching store shelves. Throughout that life cycle, environmental and chemical interactions can occur that many consumers never consider. Scientific studies conducted around the world have repeatedly detected microscopic plastic particles, known as microplastics, in bottled water products. These particles can originate from the bottle material, the cap, or the packaging process itself. Exposure to heat, such as storage in warm warehouses or transport trucks, may increase the likelihood of microplastic shedding. Tap water systems are not entirely free of microplastics either, but comparative research has often shown bottled water containing equal or higher concentrations in certain samples. This challenges the assumption that packaged water is inherently cleaner. In many cases, the packaging introduces an additional exposure pathway that does not exist when drinking directly from municipal supplies using reusable containers. Ironically, the product marketed as pure can sometimes include materials that would not otherwise be present. If bottled water is often similar in quality to tap water, why do consumers continue buying it in such massive quantities? The answer is convenience. Bottled water is placed everywhere consumers might feel thirsty: at checkout counters, vending machines, sporting venues, airports, convenience stores, and event spaces. This constant availability transforms hydration into an impulse purchase rather than a planned decision. Over time, repeated exposure builds habit. Consumers begin associating bottled water with mobility, exercise, travel, and daily routines. Carrying a reusable bottle requires planning, refilling, and cleaning, while grabbing a disposable bottle requires only a few seconds and a small payment. That difference in effort, multiplied across millions of purchases, keeps the bottled water market thriving. The cost impact is often underestimated. A single bottle may appear inexpensive, but regular buyers who purchase bottled water daily or weekly can spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars annually on something that costs only fractions of a cent per liter from municipal systems. The perceived affordability of each individual purchase hides the long-term financial effect. Many consumers believe bottled water remains environmentally acceptable as long as the bottle is placed in a recycling bin. While recycling programs do recover some plastic materials, the overall reality is far more complex. Not every bottle collected is successfully recycled into a new beverage container. Some plastics are downcycled into lower-grade materials such as fibers or industrial products, while others are exported, incinerated, or ultimately sent to landfills. Even when recycling is successful, the environmental cost of manufacturing still occurs long before disposal. Reusable containers dramatically reduce this demand by eliminating the need for repeated manufacturing cycles. Canada is fortunate to possess extensive freshwater reserves and well-developed municipal treatment systems. In many urban areas, tap water meets or exceeds international safety standards and is monitored continuously for potential contaminants. For consumers who prefer additional filtration, inexpensive household carbon filters can improve taste and remove certain trace substances without significantly increasing cost. A reusable water bottle combined with home filtration offers a long-term hydration solution that is dramatically cheaper and environmentally lighter than relying on disposable bottles. When consumers purchase bottled water, the visible cost is only the retail price printed on the shelf label. The hidden costs include manufacturing energy, transportation emissions, packaging materials, waste management infrastructure, and environmental impacts associated with plastic production. Multiply these factors by millions of bottles sold every day, and the scale of resource consumption becomes significant. So the next time you reach for a bottle of water, take a moment to think about what you're really paying for. In many cases, clean, safe drinking water is already available at home, carefully treated, continuously monitored, and delivered at a fraction of the cost. Staying hydrated will always be important, but the smartest choice isn't always the one sitting on the store shelf. Sometimes, the most reliable, affordable, and sustainable option has been there all along, quietly flowing from the tap. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more eye-opening insights like this, and don't forget to like and share so more people can make informed choices every day.